Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can all hear me today. We did a lot of work to not have technical issues. So please just let me know if you can hear me. Just send me a message in chat. Just say hi, hello. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, all right. So I can see some feedback if you can hear me. All right. So today we are going to start with a small review of what we did yesterday, just so that if you missed anything or if today is your first class, you can get up to speed with where we are. So I am going to share my screen. So today I'm going to be sharing my screen from my phone. So like I promised yesterday, everything we're going to be doing is going to be on the phone. So just hold on, let me share my screen so we can. Okay, so my phone screen is up. Okay, so session two, basically we are going to just run through what we did yesterday, some of the most important concepts that we learned. So yesterday we covered branding, we covered packaging, we covered what Canva is, what you can use it for. Can you hear me now? Someone is saying I should be more audible. Please let me know if you can hear me.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Continue.
All right. Sorry, let me share my screen again. Share my screen again. Okay. So yesterday we covered branding. So again, what is branding? Branding is basically how you like present your communication to your customers. It's basically how you let everyone know what your business is about, how your colors, your communication message, how really basically what is your business about and how are you packaging it to the customers? That is what branding is. And we also covered why branding is important. We looked at some examples for businesses that have successfully like done good branding on their businesses and their products, and how we as small businesses can also emulate what they are doing to become like very, very recognizable brands, so that when customers see what we are doing, they are able to like get a good feel about what our products look like. We also covered packaging. Again, packaging is really elevating what people like, how people experience your business. So again, you might be a very, very small business. You might not have all of the money in the world. You might not even have your whole business figured out. You might not even have inventory, but then you are able to present your business in a way that it looks more than what it is. And which leads us into the concept of the perceived value of your business slash products. If you remember yesterday, we looked at two examples of side-by-side businesses that have like Instagram pages for their businesses, and how the businesses that we selected as being offering the better products without even knowing what they are selling, what their prices are. We're able to make decisions around like, I prefer this business just based off how their page looks like, which is a very, very powerful thing if you think about it. Like, you are able to like just make your business seem very, very appealing, make your business seem very, 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 very valuable. And that's what I mean by perceived value of business. And then we also covered Canva, what Canva can do. We looked at the interface, the home button, the design button, the project button, and some of the ways that you can use those buttons to achieve really great design. And then we looked at one product that is remove.bg. Unfortunately, yesterday we were not able to look into this design tool of the week, the remove the background. So we'll be starting with that today. I'm going to start with looking at what remove the background can do for you. And also in the course of this training today, we'll be using it as a way to help us improve our design. So I'm going to remove the background on my phone now. You are welcome to also open it on your phone if you want to follow me as I use remove the background. So you can just open the background, the website. The URL is remove.bg. Does anyone need the link? Should I drop it in the chat? Remove.bg. All right, so I've let it in chat now. So I'm going to open it on my phone. So now what this website allows you to do is sometimes you might have a picture, like maybe you take a picture of yourself, and then there's a background, there's like some people in the background, or maybe you take a picture of your products, and then you have like maybe your floor is not fine, or you don't have like a backdrop. So you want to separate the item, that the main focus of the picture, it could be a person, it could be a product, from the background. So that's what remove the background does for you. So once you open the page, this is what it looks like. You click on upload image, and then you select a picture from your phone. So I'm going to click on a picture that I have on my phone. So let's say, for example, we are selling hand fans. This is a picture I took on my phone just like not too long ago, right? And for example, we don't want this floor. So this is a picture of a hand fan on the floor, and we don't want this background to be there. We want to put it in something colorful. So something we can do is once we selected the picture, you just click on done. On Android, it will say select. Once you select it, that's really all you have to do. It just does all the work for you, removes all of the background from the picture and leaves you only the main thing that you want. So that's it, for example. So now you've seen that it did not include the handle of it. Don't worry about that. You can just click on erase/restore at the bottom. Please let me know if I'm going too fast. If I need to repeat anything, just leave me a message in chat. If you click on erase/restore, it will allow you to just draw on the parts that are missing. So if there's something you missed, you just click on erase and restore. Oh, sorry. I was supposed to click on restore, not erase. So again, you click on, so you can see it's currently highlighting erase. So you click on restore. So now that it is on restore, it will help you add things that you might have missed. So you just draw a small line on whatever it missed and just hold on. And then magically with AI, the handle is going to come back. In some instances, you won't even have to do this. It will get the exact thing that you need. So now we have our hand fan. It has separated it from the background. And I'm going to show you like a way you can use it in your design to really improve what you are doing. So all you have to do at this point is just press done. Once you press done, you just press download. So you click on the blue download button to the far left. And once you download it, it's yours to use wherever you want to use it. So now I have saved the image and it is on my phone. I'm going to open my phone. I have already done something with this image. So I just want to show you an example of what that picture that we did. So this is what it ends up like. So now if you compare it side by side to what we had with the hand fan just on the floor with my ugly tiles showing versus what we have now, you can already see the difference in what remove the background can do for you. So really that's a way of, if you're having challenges with like, you don't have good light, you don't have like a good space to take pictures, you can always use remove the background to do this. So now I'm going to go into Canva and I'm going to show you this file and we're going to recreate it step by step using like a template from Canva. All right, so I'm going to open Canva now. 1 second. If you have any question again, you can just let me know in chat that you're not following, you're struggling with my speed or anything, and then I will go back and we'll walk through it again, right? Okay, so now I'm on the homepage of Canva. I think this is where we stopped yesterday in using Canva. So this is the homepage. Now to use a template or to start from like a plain, I'm going to use a template for this first example. Later in the class, we'll start from fresh and then design something so you can see what that looks like. So to choose template, you just click on templates here. That's the fourth one, the one just beside the plus icon. So at the top here, you see search thousands of templates. So now if you don't want to scroll and look for something, you can just click into this search box. Once you click into the search box, you can just look for, so maybe sales, or just something that is related to what you are trying to design. So now we are trying to do like something to help us sell our hand fan, because this business, what we do is sell hand fans. So we click on sales. So there's sales flyer here, for example. You just click on sales flyer, and then you see the different options you have. So now all of these ones look really, really complicated. I don't want to get into designing things like this. So you just scroll until you see something that kind of fits what you want. And again, if you are scrolling, you're going to be seeing some options, but then they will be pro. When you see that pro, that means it is not a free template, and it's a template that you have to pay for. So you cannot use that one on the free plan. But I promised you yesterday that everything we are going to be doing is something that is going to be free. Now, I have seen this particular one, this special offer Christmas collection one, and I think it is something that we can rework to fit into something that we can use to sell our hand fan. So I'm just going to click on it. Once I click on it, just hold on for a minute. It will open the page the way it was from the preview. So now that we are here, all we just have to do is replace this picture of the lady, change the text here, and change some of the information here. And basically, we have a flyer that is looking very, very professional. So to do that, what do? I click on the picture of the lady, and you can see this box to show that it is highlighting her. And at the bottom, you see replace. So you just click on replace, and I have already uploaded that picture of the hand fan to Canva, but I'm going to do it again so you see what the process is like. So at the bottom here, you see uploads. Once you click on uploads, it would show you upload files where you can select files from your phone. From here, you click on device, and you click on photo library, photo, or if you want to take a picture from fresh, you can click on take photo or video. But from here, I'm going to click on photo library because I already have the picture that I want. So now I am going to click on this hand fan, which is the last thing that we did. And once I click that, I add, and we just hold on a bit. So now it is uploading. So these are the things that I have uploaded on my Canva, and I'll show you where you can access them anytime you want them to see them. So once it has uploaded, you just click on it, and then see, it has replaced that lady on that picture. And now we have our hand fan there. Now we can adjust it, move it to the side, move it up. If you click on the edges of this box, you can scale it up, scale it down. You can use this, there's this small thing that looks like two arrows. You can use it to bend the picture to the side. If you wanted something to look something like that, you can always do that. So now I just want it to just be straight, and all I have to do is just fill it up, and just, so once I have placed it, then now I have the picture. I can now click on the text here to say, I don't want any of this Christmas thing. I'm not doing Christmas sale. So I can either choose to hit this. If you click on the text, you see a delete button. That's that trash can. You can use it to delete anything you want. You can delete more things. So I don't need this, for example. I can delete it. I can delete all of this, for example. So let's say we want to say, what's an example of something we can, like a catchy caption for how we are going to sell our farm. So let's say something like maybe air is life or something. Air is life. Okay. So now I have, let me clean up. So now I have air is life here, but it looks scattered. You just have to, let me clean up some of these things so we can have like a clean place to open. Sorry, 1 second. So what I'm doing now is just deleting. So you are not confused about what I'm doing. So just click delete, click delete. Click and delete. So now this is the text that I wrote. You can see now that the spacing between the air is and life is too much. If you want to reduce that spacing, you just go to the bottom and scroll to the side, and you will see this thing that is spacing here. So once you click on spacing, it will show you some options. Letter spacing means the spaces between the letters. So like that's like if I increase letter spacing now, it will increase the spacing between the letters between each letter. But I'm going to return that because I like this particular spacing. If you click on line spacing, it will reduce the space between the top and the bottom text. So now I'm going to reduce this air is life, for example, and we already have now that we have what we something that is close to what we might want to see in our design. So we do air is life. So maybe for example, we want to add like a text that shows you what is the name of our brand, for example. You um you come to text at the bottom of the options here you can see here. So you click on text. And once you click on text, there are different options for adding text. You can add a heading. So basically, all this thing does is you can click any one of them, but add a heading will just show you a very, very big bold text. If you add a subheading, it won't be as bold. If you add a body of text, it will show you it will bring up a very small text. Now, it really doesn't matter what you pick at this point because you can change anything you pick. So I'm just going to add a heading, for example, to show you that you really can change it. So now that you have the heading here, so let's just say something like fan plug. So that's the name of our business is fan plug. So I'm just going to rewrite that fan plug and I'm going to move it under here, for example. So let's say maybe something like fanplug.ng. Okay, fanplug.ng. Sorry, .ng. Okay. So now that we've seen that the text now is a little too big, you can just click on the text. I'm going to bring it down so you see what I'm doing. At the end, to the extreme, to the right of this box, you will see this small thing here, this one. You just click it and spread it so that the text can sit on one line. And if you click on the circles, any of the circles around it, you can use it to reduce the size of the text. So basically, you're saying that all I'm doing here is really just dragging and dropping things. It's really not requiring you to do anything complex. Once I have hit a size that I want, I can just carry it, drag it back up to where I want it to be. Now we have changed all of the text in this place to be something that is useful for us. So for example, now this red thing, we can bring it down, bring this one down, just adjust things, for example. And just like that, we have something that is useful for like a business. So for example, if you're selling hand fans now, this can be something that you can use to promote your business. So just let me know in chat if you want me to redo it, if there's something you did not understand, if you did not follow, please just send me a message on chat and then I'll walk through it again. Right. So now that we have our design set, now this is not the greatest design, but it's just really, the goal here is to just show you how you can use remove background.ng and remove back and Canva together to create like a design that works for what we're trying to achieve. So once that is done, you click at the top here. That's that arrow, the arrow button at the top, and then you just click on download. Once you click on download, I have talked about it yesterday. There are some different as you JPEG, PNG, PDF. Later in this course, we're going to talk about what are the differences between all of these different file formats and which times if you want something to. Okay, someone has a question. So I followed the remove the background, but I notice it's not plain white. Is it supposed to be like that? 1 second, I'll come back to, once I finish this download, I'll come back to your question. Inspired. Okay, so once you get here, so for example, I'm going to leave it on PNG now, and I'm just going to click on download. And it's just going to take a little bit of time to process the download. And once it's done, this file is going to be in your as a saved image, and then you can use it anytime. You can share it on Instagram, you can share it wherever. So that's it, that's done. So now let's address the question that someone asked. So Inspired Adara said, okay, so I followed the remove the background website, but I noticed it is not plain white. It is supposed to be like that. Sorry, what do you mean by it is not plain white? What is not plain white? Is it the background or the picture itself? So Inspired, I'm waiting for your answer. The background. Okay. So the background is not plain white. So when you remove the background from remove.ng, it is not going to have a background at all. It is going to save it without a background. The plain white comes when you move it to Canva. So once you are done, once you click on remove the background, all you just have to do is save it. Once you save it and you upload it to Canva, it will come without a background. So what it really allows you to do is you can change the background in Canva. Let me know, does that answer your question? Okay, so you try it again. Does anyone else have a question around remove the background so we know that we can move on? Okay, so I'm going to assume everyone at least has like a conceptual understanding of what remove the background can do. So it's a tool you're going to be using over and over again. So if you don't understand it now, all you just have to understand is like how it works basically. We can come back to how to use it over and over again over the class, right? Okay, so now I am going to go back into my slides so we can move into today's content. So we have gone through our review for the last class. The next thing is what we are going to be covering today. So like I had said earlier, we're going to be covering the different file formats because it's very, very important for you to understand what way you should save your picture, because if you save your picture in the wrong format, it might affect how it looks like on different websites. You might not get the desired like results you want. Also, we're going to be covering how do you pick a color for your business. Some of you might have like pages that you've been running businesses on, but you've been using different random colors. Anyone that you see on, so maybe you use Canva before and you just see any template and you just pick it up.
Ah,
Background. What if I want to put something?
ah.
Sorry, Tofumi, can you explain what you mean by what if you want to put something with the new background? Just let me know, just explain a little bit more so I can understand what you're asking. Right. Okay, so back to today's what we're going to be covering today. We are going to cover like a primary color for your business because it's very, very important to select at least 3 colors for your business. The primary color is what you are going to be using, like it's going to be the thing everybody's going to recognize you for. So primary color for MTN is yellow, primary color for GT Bank is orange, primary color for WhatsApp, for example. So I'm just going to examples we covered yesterday is green. So I want everybody at the end of today, everybody's going to tell me what their primary color for their business is going to be. You can give me something and change it later. It doesn't matter. But I just want you to, I'm going to show you a website that is going to allow you to pick colors. Also, we're going to introduce you to color values because all colors are not the same. You might be saying that, okay, well, your yellow is my color, but yellow on Canva might not be the same yellow on some other website on Instagram, unless you use something called a color value. And basically, it's like a code for colors. So all colors have a code. Every single shade of color has its own code. So that way, even if you design something, for example, I've had a case where personally, I designed something for a client and then they sent it to a printer and then it looks very, very different from what I designed. That's because I made a mistake. I did not send the printer what color code. So he just looked at the color on the picture and he was like, okay, this is yellow. And he used yellow to design it. I had to refund the client that I designed for money because basically it was kind of my fault that for not including it in my design to the printer. So that's something you can experience. Even if you're designing for yourself, there's something about consistency of your colors that is very, very important. So it's very, very important that you know what your color code is, your primary color code. Your secondary color code is the second color you use for your business to use blue for your main color, your primary color. You might want to decide that, okay, well, for things like text, for example, I'm going to be using like white, I'm going to be using like black, I'm going to be using something like gray, so I can create contrast my for my designs, basically to help like have like a foreground and a background on my design. And then there's something also called the contrast color. The contrast color is really just a reverse of your primary color. So it's just best practice to have a contrast color that in case you design something, and for example, you have a colored logo and you want to put it on a colored background. The colors might be clashing. So if you have a contrast color, so the contrast color usually just either black or white. So what that allows you to do is if you have like something that is clashing with your main color, you can always just use your contrast color, and that way you can have your logo represented in a good way. I'm going to show you an example of all of these things. So if you don't understand what I mean by all of these things, just relax, you're going to get there. Talked about color values. Then today we're also going to cover how to design a logo with Canva. I know a lot of people said they don't have logos yesterday, so today is going to be the day your business is going to have a logo. Also, we're going to talk about like the best practices for how you place your logo, because sometimes you place your logo in some places and it is not clear. Sometimes you place your logo and it is not showing because your background is too heavy. And also, we're going to have another design tool of the week. Yes, of the day, basically. Sorry. Yesterday's tool was remove the background. I'm going to show you something else today. So let's go back to the question I had on the group from Tofumi. So they are saying they have a picture of a garden and they want to put a swing on it, which is not in the garden. Right. Okay, so now I understand what you are saying. So if you have a picture of a garden and you want to put a swing on the garden, what you need to do is find a picture of a swing. So now you already have a picture of a garden. You just have to find a swing, take a picture of that swing, then remove the background from the swing. So the swing might be in a playground, but you want to put it in a garden. So you just take a picture of that swing, and then you go to remove the background, you remove that playground background. I'm sorry, playground background is confusing. So you remove whatever background that that swing has, and then you carry that picture and you lift it and you put it on the garden picture, for example. I don't know, Tofumi, does that answer your question? Just let me know if that answers the question. If not, I can go further um into giving you an answer. So I'm going to go back to what we have today. Okay, so file format is the first thing I want us to cover. So basically, there are two main file formats you'll be. Okay, somehow. All right. You can send me a message on WhatsApp later if you want us to cover it more. Or at the end of the class, we'll come back to it. We can have a question and answer session where I'll bring you on the stage so you can verbally explain what you mean. Right. So just hold on to that question. We'll still address it. So in terms of file formats, you will be interacting with two file formats. And in the example we did now, we saw where we wanted to download our picture. We had like options to download our picture as a PDF, to download it as a JPEG. So really, you might be wondering, what exactly is the difference between all of these things? It's all just pictures. Why do you have to choose one? Now, JPEG, for example, is good for photographs. So if you have a picture, for example, and it's like a person, or it is like, so it is not like a graphic content. So now, when I say graphic content, this JPEG thing, the picture here that I have here now of JPEG and PNG, they are graphics. They are not like real world photography pictures. So for JPEGs, for example, if you take a picture and it's a person that is the main feature of that picture, just use JPEG because it handles real world subjects better. Basically, it is good for if a picture has like a lot of colors, like there's a background, maybe there's the sky, there's like you take a picture like at a beach, or maybe you want to do a photo shoot and you have a model and there's a background that has plenty colors, or maybe they're wearing something very, very colorful. Just go with JPEG because it preserves colors better. And also, JPEG gives you like a big size format. So, for example, you might want to upload your product to somewhere like Jumia, for example, or Gigi. And then they tell you that the maximum size format you can upload is maybe 5 megabytes. And your picture, for example, if you use JPEG, you might have a picture that is really, really large. You can go for PNG, for example. PNG gives you like a smaller like file size. So also PNG, you can use PNG for your logo. Now, the most important thing to remember about PNG is that you can use PNG to save pictures that do not have backgrounds. And that's, for example, a logo is something that you don't want your logo to have a background. So like you don't want a big box around your logo because it will look very, very ugly if you have a box that has your logo and then you have a background. It just looks off, basically. You can also use it so that it supports transparency. Again, that's to say that it can just give you exactly only the important subject. So for example, when we use remove.bg, remove.bg always downloads your picture in PNG. And that's because it does not have, it's transparent, like it has removed the background for you, and you can save it without having that background, as long as you save it with PNG. If you take that picture, for example, and convert it to JPEG, my brother in Christ, it will turn your picture back to, it will add your background, add a background back to it. It will just be a white background, which will defeat the purpose of using remove.bg basically. So now those are the two important things. You have JPEG and PNG. So depending on what you are designing, if you are designing your logo, for example, like you want to design your logo that you're going to be reusing, just save it in PNG. If you are designing like your product, if you are taking a picture, if you want to design something for like you have like a product, you're adding small text to it, you want it to be very colorful, just save it as JPEG basically. And that's the main gist of file formats. So on to the next thing, color values. Now, I had discussed color values earlier in the class, and I have talked about like how you can have two colors that are basically the same thing. So now if you're looking at this screen now, this is yellow and this is also yellow. Now, anybody does chat, just let me know, do these two colors, are they exactly the same thing? Just let me know yes or no in chat. Let me know if you guys have an eyes for color. Right, so I'm seeing a lot of no's already. So this is a very, very perceptive class. Okay, no. So I think we are getting what we are talking about now. So this is yellow, and this is basically yellow. To an untrained eye, all of you have become trained eyes now. So an untrained eye, basically, to be like, is yellow, is yellow. What is the difference here? But then if you use these two yellows for your background, I'm going to show you what it looks like. If you use these two yellows for a design, and you continue, so today, in today's picture on your Instagram page, you posted the yellow to the left. Tomorrow, you posted yellow to the right. Later, it will just start seeming confusing, like which yellow is your yellow particularly. And then it affects your ability to be like MTN, basically, because anywhere you see MTN's yellow, you're going to recognize that this is MTN's yellow. You are not confused about, you don't even know what their color code is, but you just know that this is MTN's yellow and this is not a different one. This is, you just know what it is. So one way to help you like stay consistent is what we call color values. And there are different kind of color values. There's hexagonal, there's RGB, there are different other ones, but I don't want to get into science and maths of color because it gets really complicated. How do you calculate color values? And as entrepreneurs, this is not a design training for people that just want to be designers. I'm trying to go for people that want to be business people here, right? So if you want to stay consistent with your colors, all you just have to do is define a color, choose a color for your business, go into Canva. Canva will tell you what is this color, like how this is the color code for this color. Once you get that color code, just go and write it down somewhere, like this is my color code. Like no matter what I am doing, as much as possible. Sometimes you might want to make it darker, you might want to make it lighter, but the starting point for any of your design is going to be this your color code. Now, hex, this is what this value here, the FFF00, is called a hex value, HEX. Now, what it is basically an identifier for your computer to, if you tell any computer in the world, again, like the example I gave you anywhere. So I'm using Canva for my design. The printer, for example, might be using Adobe Illustrator, it might be using Corel Draw, whatever it is, anywhere in the world that you give anybody that is a designer this color, say FFF00, the same thing is what they would give you. So there's a question in the chat that says, please show us how Canva can tell us our brand logo color. Okay, all right, I'll do that. So how can you put color in Canva for it to tell you the code? All right, so Michelle and Ifoma, just give me a second. I'm going to dive into Canva now, and we'll talk about hex values. Right, I'm going to get into it. Let me just explain the concept. So like I was saying, this hex code is universal. So you don't have to be worried about, oh, I did my own in Canva or somebody did their own in whatever app. It might not be the same. It's the same thing everywhere. Everyone uses this thing generally worldwide. So now I am going to show you an example of what you might be doing. So this is a fictional store, for example. So let's say the name of this business is Drip Store. And these are 3 yellows, for example. And you're looking like, somebody might just be saying it's all yellow. Today I come in, I pick a color code. Tomorrow I come in, I pick another one. Basically, this is what your page is going to look like. It's not going to be consistent. You're already beginning to see it's all yellow, but then you just do not maintain consistency, and that's a problem. So now I'm going to go into Canva to show you how you can identify color codes from Canva. Right, so I'm going to open Canva again on my phone. Okay, so let me just go home again and start from the beginning. So, because I want us to get familiar with how to work with Canva, open design files. So in the last time, I started with a template. This is where I selected it from the options Canva has. So now I'm going to start from a blank picture, right? So that we know so that we start from like a very, very basic, no help from Canva basically. So to start from a blank picture, you click on this plus icon here, the middle one, the purple plus icon. Once you click it, it will ask you, what do you want to design? What would you like to create? So now at the top here, you would see Instagram post, flyer, Instagram post, log one, there's poster, portrait. You can also scroll up to see what the different things look like. Now, if you are going to be posting on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Twitter, just always go for Instagram posts because it has this size is the same size that all of those places look. So if you're designing something that you want to be a post, for example, on Instagram, you're not doing a story because the story one is like Instagram story is a different size from Instagram post. So you just for now, I'm going to be giving an example using Instagram post. So I'm just going to click on Instagram post at the top here. Now that's the third icon here. So I click Instagram post and it opens it. So now it's still suggesting templates for me, but I do not want to use templates. So I just slide down from the top down, and I have my blank sheet. Now this blank sheet, I know somebody yesterday had asked on the group, how do I get to this blank sheet? So hopefully this our small demonstration like answers your question of how you can get to the blank sheet where if you want to start from fresh. Okay, so now oops, sorry. Okay, so now we have covered some of these options at the bottom. So design is where all of your design files, if you click on design, you want to change, like if you want to bring back those templates. So maybe you've looked at the plain color and look like, this is too hard, or I don't know what to do once I see that blank template. You can change your mind and come back, for example, to pick something like this one, for example. So if you pick this, now all you have to do, so this is a very beautiful picture, for example. If you sell something, you can always just, if you pick this particular one, it already gives you the guide. At this top here, it says, let me zoom in. It says your logo. You can just go into that place and then just click on it, delete that place, replace it with your logo, and you are fine. You can come here. So maybe, for example, what you sell is perfumes. You can click on this small box, delete it, and then you can come to upload here, and then you just upload. So I'm just going to use our hand fan again as our model again. Once you click it there, you just add it there, and so maybe just make it bigger. And now, for example, we have an example, but this is not what we wanted to do. What we wanted to do is color code. Let me not get carried away. Okay. So I am design a logo. So the question someone asks is, how can Canva tell us what is the color code for our logo? Sorry, Nafisat, what do you want me to do again? Just let me know what you want me to do again. The picture. Okay. All right. So to undo whatever you do, if you see at the top here, there's this arrow button at the top. After the 3 lines, there's the arrow button that is going back. So that button is to undo whatever you did. So you can just click on undo. It will take you one step back. So you just click it until you get to the stage that you want to be on. So now I have brought back this picture. I have brought it back to where we were. In fact, I went back to where we didn't have anything. So I'm going to press to redo what I did. So I'm going to bring back this template. I hope you understand what I did now. So I'm going to take out this, the bottle here and the logo. So I'm going to zoom in. So there are 2 ways to do it. first one is the first thing you have to do is to click on the whatever it is you want to replace. Once you click on it, if it is a picture, let me do that again. So at the bottom now, notice that what I am seeing here is design elements, text, camera. But once you click on and something you want to replace, as a picture, for example, you click on this picture, the things at the bottom are going to change. And you're going to see replace, crop, adjust, remove background, BG. Now, you just have to click on replace here. Once you click on replace, it will show you some of the things you have. It will open your gallery, for example, and show you some of the things that you might have uploaded. So this is my gallery, for example. If I click on upload, it will show me the things that I have uploaded on Canva before. If I click on photos, it will show you some examples from Canva. Some of them are free, some of them are not free. So let's say, for example, I'm just going to assume that this my hand fan is a perfume bottle, for example, that we have gone to remove the backgrounds to create. Once you just click on that picture, as long as you click on replace, once you just click on it, it will just replace it to be the same shape and the same size as whatever was there before. So you don't have to do a lot. Now, it looks very off because the perfume bottle was a slim bottle and this fan is bigger than it. But you don't have to worry about that. All you just have to do is click on this on the side buttons to just expand it. Click on that, expands, click on the left, sorry. Click on that, expands. So really, this hand fan could be anything. It will really be whatever product you are selling. And you just do this. And now, let's say, for example, what we had here was a perfume bottle. Now you have a very, very good picture of the perfume product. You just click on price, change the price from dollar, change that into Naira. All you just have to do is double tap it and to bring up your keyboard and you can change what you are doing. Right. But to go back to what we're trying to achieve, Nafisa, I hope that was what you wanted me to answer. What we wanted to see is how we can use Canva to get the color of a color code. So you click on, I'm going to design a logo now, just a very, very quick one. I'm going to delete all of these things. I just want a blank page to just help me. So it's very clear. So does anyone want to suggest what kind of logo we should design? So if you just tell me maybe name of your business or what product you do, I'm just going to do a logo. It might be something you might use for yourself. So if you want a logo, just tell me your business name. We're taking the first one. Okay, car. Okay, so I'm just going to go with honey logo. Okay, so we have a poll now that is, what is your experience level with Canva? I think we have answered this one yesterday, but then let's just see it again. So please just answer the poll question. Just let me know what your experience level with Canva is. Right. Okay, so there's a logo for a honey organization or a company. There's La Perfume collection, and there's fashion accessories. Okay, so what do we pick? What do we pick? All right, let's do the one for the perfume collection, because since we're already on team with perfume, we're going to do perfume. Now, there's going to be an assignment at the end of the day. Everybody's going to design their logo, and hopefully we'll just walk through some of the designs and then just review it, right? So if I don't cover your logo today, it's another chance another time. All right, so to design a logo, there are really two ways. There are really two options you can go with. So you can either like go from like a blank page like this and say, okay, oh, I want to start from fresh. I don't want any help from Canva. And I'm going to demonstrate that. And after I'm done, I'm going to go into Canva and show you like what are the options. So like, does Canva have something that is similar to what I want already? So I can just change it. Now, that is usually the way to go, because your creativity, Canva is like open source in a way. So like people can contribute and design things and upload to Canva. And there's some really, really creative people that are creating things on Canva that are really better. Like they have like really higher skill level than what you are able to design. So I always advise you to use Canva templates and just replace only the things that you want to customize, right? But I'm going to do it like from start now. Okay, so we've not had time to think about anything. So this is going to be amateurish a little bit. Okay, so we have the results from our poll out. So graphic design, what is your experience level with Canva? So a lot of people, again, from consistent with yesterday, I have used it, but I find it difficult to use. That is the biggest response we are getting. 77% of the class, which is very, very major, since they have used Canva, but it was difficult for them. So hopefully today you're getting something. It's 7 weeks. Hopefully, as the class goes on, you're going to find it less and less difficult. So thank you very much for that, Paul Godwin. So back to what we have here. We can just go to, let me go back to, so I don't confuse you on what I did to get to this page. All right. Okay, so now back to where we are with the blank page. I hope we know how to get to this blank page. You just click on the plus icon and you select a dimension that you want. In this instance, selected Instagram post. So we have this Instagram post square. So what you do here is you click on elements for a start. Now, what elements contains? Elements contains like icons. Of icons. So it could be like a text you want, for example, we'll cover a logo that is just text. But I want us to add like an icon to it and then add some like some text under it. Somebody's saying they need data on their laptop. So Tofumi, I don't know how we can help you with data, but hopefully we have like some prizes. So for answering some questions. So hopefully if you get lucky, you might be able to get data. But we try to keep it to a minimum of 2 hours. So usually that usually takes about 2 gig. So please, if you can just find a way to keep running because it's a very, very important training. I promise you that whatever I spend on buying data for this class is something that is you're going to find very, very rewarding. If you're able to understand what we are doing, you're going to see like good results in your business. Hopefully that helps you drive sales and that helps you drive money. So just hang in there. Whatever you can do for data, just work with it and just stay consistent. Okay, so back to the logo class. So if you click on elements, it will allow you find different things. Now, if you see at the top, so these are some of the ones that I have recently used. So you can see stickers. So if you are used to stickers on WhatsApp and things, there are stickers here. If you want a photo, for example, there are photos here. If you want a video, if you want audio, if you want charts, if you want polls, if you want tables, if you want frames. Now, these frames is very, very important for managing pictures, but we'll get back to it. Now, usually what I do is I go to search, and now we're looking for what do we decide to go for? A perfume collection. So we can just go for perfume, right? So we search for perfume and we just search for it. So let me just go back to that. So you see that it's already suggesting things like perfume logo, perfume background, perfume spray, perfume bottle. So you already see that Canva is really trying to help. So let's click on perfume logo. Now you're already seeing like some, if you click on graphics, you are seeing some really, really helpful things. Now, some of them are not free. Some of them are free. So you just scroll until you find something free that's really like appeals to you. So personally, I like this black one here because it looks like a perfume bottle and it is very, very solid. Usually when I'm going for logos, I try to go for things that are very minimal, like do not have a lot of designs on it, do not have a lot of colors, because usually Canva allows us to change whatever color we want to change it to whatever color we want it to be. So I'm going to click on this black one now. So I click on it and then I have it on my page. So again, Canva is just really drag and drop. Click something, it will show up on the page. So now we have something here. Now there are two ways we can go on it. Usually, you can either do icon at the top, text at the bottom, or you can do side by side. Icon at the side, icon to the left, and then text to the side. So let me just add text now. Now to add text, all you just have to do is come to this bottom here. You see text. So once you click on text, please, at any point, if you are not following what I'm saying, just leave me a message. I'm looking at the chat, so I'm following you. If you are not following what I'm doing, just leave me a message. So to add text, so all you just have to do is come to text and click on text. Again, it shows you these options. We've come through this before. Add a subheading, add a heading. I told you just click any one of them, you can change it. So now I'm going to add a subheading, for example. Once I click that, it's going to give me a text to hold. So let's say, what's the name of our perfume store? How did I get the bottle there? Okay, let me do that again. Okay, so how I got the bottle there, I clicked on elements. Can you see elements at the bottom there? Elements is beside design. So you click on elements And then at the top, you search for perfume logo. So when I'm looking for a perfume example, so I searched for perfume logo, and then I looked at different options, and I saw something that I like. So now if you see these ones that have pro on them, they are not free. If you use them, it will leave a watermark on it, and it will look very, very ugly. So we could have, if you can go for any one of them that does not have a pro thing. But like I have said, I prefer using things that are solid, for example. So look at these balls that are just plain black. I really prefer them because it allows you to do a lot. You can change the color, you can change what it looks like basically. So I chose this first one, but I'm going to go for another one, for example. So I'm going for this one here now. So I click that. All you just have to do is just tap on it. You just tap, you don't have to drag and drop, just tap on anyone you want. So you tap, and then to just bring you back to this page. So this is our blank. So just think of this our page as a drawing book. This white thing is our drawing book. Whatever we want, we can put it on it. So now that we have that there, now it is looking, okay, we are creating the logo, so I want it to look big. So I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. To make anything bigger or smaller, you see those 4 circles around the borders of whatever icon you select. You can just drag it. If you drag it out, it will be bigger. If you push it in, it will be smaller. Okay, so now I have made it bigger, and I'm just going to adjust where it is going to be. Can you all still hear me? Please chat, if you can hear me, just leave me a message so I can know you're following me. All right. Okay, so now that we have it, I'm just going to reduce the size a little bit. And now, once you hold down on something, because centering your image is very, very important. So if you're holding and moving things, you see a line, you can see that purple line that's coming out. That is Canva telling you where the center of this picture is, because you don't want to use ruler to start measuring how many centimeters to the right. Now, Canva is helping you tell you that now that this thing is showing, as long as you press it down and you move it left and right, it will show you, okay, oh, you are in the center now. Once you hit the center, you will feel the effect. Like it will settle into that place, and you just know that you're in the center. So now you're in the center because you want it to be centered. So you leave it there. All you just have to do is raise up your hand and you've left it. Now I'm going to add some text, for example. So what is the name of that our perfume brand? La Perfume Collection. So to add text, you just click on text and you add whatever heading, subheading, body of text. If if you want a big text, you click heading. If you want a small text, you click A. Somebody's saying Laura. So you don't want Laura Perfume Collection, you just want Laura. Okay, I'm just going to. Oh, sorry, Laura. Okay, sorry. Okay, I was mispronouncing it. Okay, so I am now that I have added this subheading, you can either decide that you want the text to be inside the bottle, or you can decide that you want it to be under. Now I'm going to do it under, and I'm going to type out Laura, L-A-U-R-A, pardon me, I can't spell. So I'm going to go back, Laura Perfume Collection. So all I'm doing now is typing. Okay. So now we see that we have Laura, sorry, let me just. So can you see my full screen? Okay, all right. Okay, so now that we have Laura perfume collection on the page, now we might want it on one line, or we can want it to look like this. So something we can do, for example, is we can come here and change this Laura perfume collection. So now we haven't selected our color, the color for our business, but I'm just going to, because it's a perfume brand, I think something pink is going to be appropriate for it, for example. So to change color of anything, you just click on whatever it is you want to change. If it is the text, you just tap on it one time. If it is the perfume, you just tap on it, for example. So once you tap on it, at the bottom here, you see crop, and just all of those things are going to pop up. You just slide a little bit to the left and you will see color. Now, this color is where the color code thing comes in, right? So if you want to pick a color from here, for example. So I'm going to pick something pink. So I'm going to choose this one now, for example. So this is the pink color, for example, that's going to be the color for this business. Now, once you have selected that pink, to know what color this is, you just have to come here. So now you click on the icon itself. Let me see if I have new messages. Okay, you click on the icon itself, and then you come again to color. Okay, so you come to color, and then once you've clicked on color, you will see this one that looks like a rainbow. The first color icon that looks like a rainbow that has a plus in it. You just click on it, and then it will tell you what your color code is. So the color code for this particular color we're using now is FF66C4. So if I was designing an actual logo, I would go and write down this color to say, now you can get it anytime. You just have to upload an image and click on it and come to colors to show you what the color is. But for your consistency, you can just write it down like my color code is FFC4, FF66C4. Let me do that again. Someone is asking me to do it again. So now I hope everybody understand how we got to this particular point. We clicked on, we clicked on element, we searched for a perfume bottle, we put the perfume bottle, then we clicked on text, we added a subheading, and then we had that text, and then we put two of them on our drawing book, basically. Now, to change the color, you just tap on whatever it is you want to change the color. You tap on the perfume bottle, for example, slide a little bit to the left, you click on color. If, for example, you don't like this pink anymore, you can go for this nice blue color here, for example. So this blue color, once you've selected it, you can just close this page, and to come now to see the color code, you just come back again to color, and you click on this first. Now, yes, you can see all these colors at the bottom. There's the first one here that is the purple and sorry, it's more like a rainbow. They have a plus icon in it. You just click on it. All you just have to do is click on it. It will show you that blue color you selected, and at the bottom, it will show you the color code. So now the color code for this blue is 38B6FF. So basically, you have what you need from here, for example. So that's how you get your color code for anything. So basically, you can also do this for an image that you uploaded. So maybe, for example, you uploaded a picture and you want to know what is the color code for that picture. So let me do that, for example. I'm going to upload a picture now. Let's use our beautiful hand fan again because it's our model for today. So now I'm selecting the hand fan, for example. All you just have to do is, if you come to, hopefully I can find a way to do this on mobile. Aha, okay. Okay. Now to find the color of this hand fan, for example, any part of it, all you just have to do is, now you're not clicking on anything. You just come, you click on the hand fan itself. Once you have clicked it, you just scroll until you see adjust. No, sorry. Sorry, 1 second. I usually do this on my laptop, but I'm trying to get this done on. Okay. Okay, so to get the color of this, let's do that again. To get the color of this hand fan, all you have to do is click on anywhere on the page, basically. Once you click on anywhere on the page, this color at the bottom will pop up. This thing that says color replace, it will pop up. So you just click on color. Once you click on color, it will bring you back to this place with this circle color wheel. Once you click on that, you will see this thing that looks like a pen. at the bottom right. That thing that looks like a pen there, just click on it. If you click on it, it would bring out this small circle thing. Just drag that circle to anywhere, basically, anything you want to know the color of. Now I'm putting it on top of the fan of the fan. Once you put it on top of it, you will see that the color is going to be changing depending on where you put it. If I put it on this blue thing, it turns blue. If I put it on black, it turns black. If I put it on the brown hand fan, it turns brown. Once you do that, once you put it on what you want to know what color it is, you just press done. Now it will just tell you that the color code for this hand fan is brown 81673C, right? Now it's changed our background because that was all we're clicking on. But basically, you can always just reverse that. Once you've written out this color, you can just press undo at the top, and then it removes what, like, the last thing that you did. So is that clear? Does anyone understand how we can get the color code from Canva using an image that we uploaded or using a graphic that we put? Okay, all right, so I can see some yeses. So we're making progress today. So now I am going to go back to our logo. So now I don't want to spend a lot of time on designing this logo. We are going to dive into a lot of things because our time is really fast spent. We're going to have like a full logo session next class. Today, I just wanted to introduce you to using the interface of Canva to design like a logo. So next week, once we start next week, we are diving into logos fully. We're still going to do a little bit of logo today in today's class, but I want to go back to the slides so we can understand some of the other concepts. Right. Okay. So now we are back to our drip store. And that's a very, very good name for a business. If you're looking for a business name, you can just send me money and you can use drip store for your business. So now that we have this, so the point I was making here is to understand why different color codes can be very confusing. So if you have these 3 different color codes, just try and make it consistent across all of your designs so you to be sure that you're using the correct color code. So now the next thing here is I designed 2 logos today that were just like small examples to just show some of the things you can do in Canva. So now this one, for example, is a logo for like a tailoring shop. So like maybe you sew, for example, for that the Thread of Nature one. So you can use the Thread of Nature as kind of guide to help you. I'm just showing you an example of what you can do with what we did now. So the purple box here would be the perfume box that we used. You just click a box and then you look for a needle, you put it inside the box and you put text and then you just add that text. Motorsport is the same thing. You search for an element, under elements, you search for pot. Once you get that pot, you put it on our drawing board and then you add like a text and then you put motorsport. And basically you have yourself a logo that works. I'm going to show you these 2 logos now in different instances of how I use them and how you really can see that you don't really have to spend so much like thought process on a logo. You can have something that you can just work with basically, and it will look very, very great on like different designs. So let me show you uses of these 2 different logos that we created. So now Threads of Nature, this is an example of Threads of Nature logo now. So this is an example. So you wanted to do, like, if, for example, you want to do like a promotional poster for your business and your tagline is like made for you. All you just have to do, again, now I'm just going to break down how we created this picture without getting into the process in Canva, because hopefully I'm hoping that you are beginning to understand how to place things. So the step-by-step of doing this picture is you go into Canva, under elements, you search for, so maybe you might have this photo. This photo might be a picture of your store or something that you saw, like maybe you made this by yourself and then you took a picture of it. So once you have that picture, you just upload it on Canva, you put it there, hopefully you have some space there that you can add text to. You select text, you add the text, you add your logo to it, and then you have something beautiful like this. The other one is the motorsport, for example, and this is something I made just like before this class started. So maybe, for example, you have like a new price, for example. Again, it's the same process, add a text, add the photo, and then add the logo. So you're beginning to see how the small logo that we created now is already beginning to look like a very, very serious business. And then this looks like something that Chicken Republic would have done. Not giving myself flowers, but you can see how this is something, for example, that elevates your brand. Now, instead of think about you wanted to announce like a price change and you have like a something, maybe like a picture of maybe your notes app and you just wrote our price is now 2,500. Compare that to designing something like this and how the customer is going to perceive like, okay, this is a very, very like serious business. This is so somebody might be thinking you are spending major like money on branding and everything, but then this is just something you just did on Canva basically, and you have just looked like somebody like if you come across this thing now and you will just add 500 naira to the money you want to spend on this on the business, because if it was just somebody just snapped picture of their food and they were just like, we are come and buy food, it's now 2.5. You just look like, see, I can't spend more than 1.5 on this food because these people just look like they just have a kitchen. But if you do this one, it'll be like, they are paying graphic design now, they have a branding team, so like they have to pay salaries, all of those things. It factors into to make a logo. Is it only the Instagram post is chosen? So Chire, we'll come back to your question after once you are done with this. So it just factors into how people perceive your business. I'm just showing you what are the ways you can do. So now I'm giving examples with food and tailoring shop, but it really could be anything you do. So basically, maybe let's just do something. Just let me know, what business do you do? Like, what is the area of your business? Like, what is your business name and what area of business do you focus on? So like if I'm giving examples, I want to cover as much as possible what we are doing in the class so you can learn like from something that is very, very useful to you. So please just let me know. Engineering firm, Abdul Hafiz, are you hiring? That's a very, very big boy kind of business. Please, if you're hiring, there are people here that are looking for jobs. I can come and work for you. C-Tech Mechanical, CAC registration. There's some really, really big boys and big girls in this class. Handbags and hairs, entertainment. Hey, Godwin, are you sure we'll not design our CVs to come and apply for some jobs from these people?
Ha 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 ha.
There's websites design. That's awesome. There's some really, really interesting businesses here. It's really, really inspiring to see some of the business everyone is doing. There's textile, there's honey. So we have some really big farmers here, for example. Okay, so I'm just going to take a note of some of the things you have mentioned here. So in my examples going forward, I'm going to be looking at how can we design content for these different things. Somebody's already marketing their business. Please, let's just keep chat to strictly to what is relevant to the class, please, so that we can have a very, very like useful chat box. Okay. All right. So the other thing I wanted to show today was our design tool of the week. Now, I have discussed a lot about how do you select colors for your business. And I know some people struggle with selecting colors because picking colors that match is really a struggle. So now you can see how this red and this yellow here matches with the papache that we can see here and the suya and the egg. Now that is a result of understanding how color works. So being able to do this is a skill that you're going to have to develop with practice. So one way you can do it is to sit down and then just try and combine things and see what works. Another way you can do it is to use Ojoro and use this website that I'm introducing you to. You people should send me more flowers for this website I'm introducing you to. So now what this website does is it gives you like matching combination of colors, right? So instead of sitting down and thinking, does yellow match purple? Does purple match orange? If I put green and pink together, will it sit well? What this website does for you is it just gives you like matching colors, and then it gives you the color code. So you don't have to start wondering about what color is this. It's giving me yellow, but I don't know what it is. So I'm going to open this website on my phone. Again, I promise you everything we are going to be doing is on the phone. Some of these experiences are better on the laptop, but it's all phone, it's all mobile, because really, we are trying to grow a business here. We're not spending any money on marketing. We are going to do it, and we're going to do it very cheap. So I'm going to open colors, coolors.co. That is the URL for this website. So I'm going to open it now. So once you open it here, the first thing you see is this beautiful home page. So it says the super fast color palette generator. Again, like I said, it just I hear yellow and red goes well for food. Is that right? Yes. So if you think about, I'm just going to give you an example. So think about Burger King. What color do they use? It's yellow and red. Think about Chicken Republic. What color do they use? Yellow and red. Think about Mr. Biggs. What color do they use? It's yellow and red. So you're beginning to see that it's not a mistake. Yellow and red, if you're in the food business, you should be using yellow and red because it just makes people hungry, for example. So it's really, you should be thinking about the field that you are in, for example. What colors are they using? And really, one of the advices I give people is don't try to be too original sometimes. Like if you are in a business and there's another business that is really, really successful as in what you are doing, just copy them. It's not shameful to copy a big business. Those people who hire, they spend so much money on branding and things. So why shouldn't you benefit from what they are doing? Just go into their Instagram page, download any of their picture, download their logo. You can just use Canva to get what is their color code. And you can even just think of a business that, for example, does what you do. Get their color code and just start doing any design they create. Just go and recreate your own. Add like a spin to it. So still but be original about the styling. You still and then you just use it and then you make your design. In fact, you can even improve on what they are doing because you don't have to do all of the thinking like, oh, how do I combine things? You already have what you're going to do down. All you just have to do is just make it a little bit more creative, a little bit more customized. I'm going to jump back into this colors app so we don't run out of time. So now what you just have to do here is someone says they have the app. Is that you have the app for colors? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so someone has been using colors already. So maybe next class, they're going to be the one that's going to take next class because he seemed like a very major pro in this design thing. So next class, you're going to come up on stage. Me and you will run it together. Okay, all right. Okay, so to use colors, what you just have to do is press start generator. Now, once it loads, it's just going to show you some really, really beautiful colors. And again, you have learned about hex code and how that works. So now you can see that the hex code here, for example, is already there. And you can see some really beautiful matching colors. So now this 84DCCF, it really matches well with A6D9F7. I'm not going to continue saying these colors because it's really confusing. And also, this green basically matches the blue. And you can just decide that, okay, this green and blue are matching colors, and I'm just going to select two of them for my business, for example. So or to copy the copy, you can either just write it out or you click on this middle one, this thing that looks like copy, the middle button here. Once you click it, it will just copy that color code for you. Color code copy to the clipboard, and you can paste it on wherever app you are using, for example. So I'm going to show you an example for like I'm then just generate a few more. So if you don't like that one, all you just have to do is click on generate. It will bring more for you. Now I don't like these colors here. You can click this one. So now, for example, this E2, the last two, for example, are very, very matching colors. You can also get your contrasting color, for example, as something that you might want to decide. So you can go with the first one and the last one. All of this scientifically, this is not just like something guessing. Color is science. I know you in art classes where you were dealing with watercolor and things, but really color is very, very specific science. That's why it has codes. Like color gets really, really complex. If you want to learn about colors, you can spend like 4 years in university just learning about color theory, like different color values. I'm dealing with HEX because it is the simplest color value, but there are other ones. There's RGB. I don't want us to get into that one because it gets really complex. You don't have to deal with any of those things. Forget I mentioned it. Just come and use colors and just generate until you find something that appeals to you. Personally, my favorite color is purple. So if I was using colors, for example, for the first time, the first thing I will just do is I will just select these two colors. The last two here, for example, I will select it. I'm just going to click on this one now and let me get it copied. So now I have copied the first one, for example. So I'm just going to go back to Canva to use it. So now, say for example, I click on this perfume icon and I go to colors. How do you change the color? You click on this rainbow wheel. You click on the rainbow wheel. I'm seeing a question there. I'm going to answer it. So now at the bottom, once you click on that rainbow thing, you see this part that there are colors here. You can just delete it and then just paste your own there. So you paste it and then you just press OK. Now I was telling you that color is universal across everywhere on the internet. So now you see that we've imported that color from Color's website to Canva. I'm going to go for the secondary color now. So let's say, for example, I want to use the top one as my secondary color. So I just copy it again. You go back to Canva. So I'm going to change this text now, La Perfume Collection. To change text color, once you click on the text, you will see color under like an A. The A icon and some colors under it, just click on it, color. And once you do it, you click again on our color wheel, and then you just come here again, change it. And just like that, you have two colors that are matching each other. So now this color is a little bit too dim. Personally, I would make it a little bit darker. I'm coming now, address all of the questions. Let me just finish this so we can wrap up the class. So one way to make a color darker is if you click on this color wheel, you would see this gradient, there's this gradient under solid color, this colorful thing here that is just purple. You can just slide it, it will show you all the different colors. So for example, you slide it to the darker side, the thing you are highlighted on is going to get darker. Slide it to the bottom where it is black, it becomes black. So now we were somewhere around here. If I want it to be a little bit darker, I can just slide it to the part that is a little bit darker, and we have something that I'm very, very satisfied with, somewhere in the middle. And now again, this is not the greatest logo. If I was going to design the logo, I'll do something different. But you now beginning to understand like how like Canva can be a very, very good tool for like designing logos and things. So last thing I'm just going to do, I just want to show you how to change the font, for example. So if I want to do something like, I don't want this font here, you can just highlight, click on the font on the text, and then just click on font. And it will bring up the different fonts. You can click on this arrow to the right to expand it so you can see it in a bolder place. So next we're going to be covering fonts in full to see how like fonts work. But now you can just click on the random. I'm going to show you like previews of what it will look like. So let me see something that appeals to me. Since this thing is related to fashion, I'm going to look for something funky that would fit what we are going for, because it's a fashion brand, and that's the font we have now looks too serious. So let me see something that is nice for fashion. Sorry. Um, don't mind me. I get really picky with fonts. It's a fault I have. I'm going to pick something very, very soon. Okay, so let's just see this. Okay, this is it's too much. All right, so I kind of like this. So La Perfume Collection. So this looks like any kind of perfume brand. I think this logo is too big. If you make it smaller, for example, and center it and center this one. Really, you can run with this. This is a full logo that you can use for your business and just run with. You can decide that, okay, you don't want the colors, you can change it around. But basically, you're beginning to understand how just playing around with it and then just changing colors and things can just be something that you can just get something really professional. We're going to get into like more advanced, like color difference, like colors and text and things. But I just want us to get familiar with how to use all of these things. So like next class, I'm not going to be focusing on how to do things. We're just focusing on things that you can do. So between now and Friday, I just want everyone to just go into Canva, just play. Basically, there's nothing serious. The assignment I'm giving you is to play. Just get into Canva, design something. I'm going to send you a link to just send me like, so do something for me. I want you to, first thing you're going to do for me is to pick a color code. Let me write that in chat. Pick a color code for your business. So basically pick a color for your business and get the code. Pick a color and get the code. I want you to pick two colors actually. So pick two colors and get the code. So once you've done that, I want you to pick an early, so just use something. So So maybe if you are into the car business, if you're dealing with cars, you can go into elements and just pick a car icon. So I want you to pick an icon and a text. It's not your final logo. We're going to still show you ways that you can make your logos look more creative. But I want you to give me something that has your something that is related to what you do, an element or an icon and your text. So something like what we have now. I'm going to save this and I'm going to upload it on the group. So you just have a guide. So just pick that, give me so something that just looks like a logo and text. So once you get these two things, just play around with the different things you can do on Canva. I just want to see all the assignments. I want to see all of the beautiful things that we can create. And then that will help me understand what you understand and what we should focus on going forward. So with that, I think that will be the end of the class. If you have any questions, just let me know now before I hand over back to Godwin and to wrap up the class. So if there's any question you have, something you maybe you don't understand the assignment, or there's something you're trying to do, you did not get it. Guys, check the app from my homework. I'm going to get the recorded class. So the recorded classes, you're going to get the recorded classes tomorrow. Okay, somebody saying there's a question above. I'm going to go up. Olubumi Idoko. Okay, so Olubumi is asking, how do I get the appropriate color for my business? I think we've answered that. Is when I'm going to create logos. Is it Instagram post that is chosen? To create logo, is it only Instagram post that is chosen? Okay, no. So this Instagram post that we chose is really just it's a drawing book. It just gives you the size. So you see how this thing that is highlighted in purple now, like the white space, that is the size that Instagram uses for post. You can select any one of them. You don't have to be anyone. I'm just playing with this one because I just wanted something square. In the next class, I'm going to show you all of the different dimensions. So there are some of them that are going to be rectangle. There are some of them that are going to be long at the top, short at the bottom. So it's really just something I just wanted us to play with. It's just, you can choose any one of them for the logo. The saving the image as image or PNG affects the color. No, it does not. If you save it as either PNG or image or JPEG, it will not affect the color. So lastly, let me just save this so we can see how to save again. So again, you click on the top download button, click on download, you click on PNG or this thing. So I advise you to save your logo as PNG, and then you just click on download. So once you click on download, you have your image to be saved on your phone. So someone is asking us to design a logo, a design for a clothing brand. We'll do that sometime in next class. Right now, I'm just going to hand over to Godwin, but saving as Godwin says I can use another picture and the background removed. No, that's something you have to do manually. If you say whether I save as JPEG or PNG, you have to do that. You have to remove the backgrounds to save it. But it is better when you do it as PNG because like the remove the background handles it better when you use PNG. Right. So Godwin, so that I think that's all from me today. So you can just take over. So please find
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr.
all
Gordon.
right.
Sorry, that cut you off. You can round up.
No, so your final thing is to get the recorded videos, the videos will be uploaded tomorrow. Now, the class for yesterday, we had a little bit of an issue because of the technical difficulties we had. So the recording wasn't complete. But what I'll do is I'm going to record some of the most important concepts from yesterday. I promise to send you that video before the end of this week. But today's session is being recorded and we'll upload that between today and tomorrow. You get the recorded session for today's class. And before Saturday this week that we are into, you will get the one for the class that we had yesterday. So thank you very much. It's really great to see all of your responses. I hope you got something from the class. I'm going to hand over back to Godwin to close out the class. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Godwin. That was a really exciting and insightful training session. In fact, I learned a lot myself. I was trying to catch up with the practicals and because this is something this is a very useful skill for everyone. It's whether you are a business owner, whether you are delving on a career path, It's really, you can use this for presentations. You can use this. Imagine having this knowledge. You wouldn't even have to pay anyone to, develop an e-flyer or a logo for your business. If only people knew how much they pay to design a logo. In fact, I know someone that charges up to 500,000 just to design a logo for your business brand. So I would encourage every one of us to, take this very serious, take it very, very serious. Be very, what's the word? Take your learning capacity very serious as you're entering 2025. You need skills like this to, expand your business potentials. And I can see a lot of people saying, thank you, sir. They appreciate what you're doing. I would always ask that it's always good to, share this knowledge to everyone, your friends. Maybe friends that need these skills, but they are not aware of what is going on. Information is power. Please try as much as possible to pass this information across to them, because next weekend will be the last weekend training session for this year, and we would continue in January. So please, I will advise everyone to be here same time next weekend, 4:30 on Saturday, 4:30 on Sunday. And I saw that someone was asking about data. So that we have a culture of always rewarding people that do very well when the facilitator gives an assignment. I'm aware that you are giving them assignments. Am I correct, Godwin?
Yeah.
Okay, so when he gives an assignment like this, for those of us that are new to the training session, we have a culture of rewarding the three best participants of every assignment given. And, that's the way to encourage those that, pay attention and give their best, to learn these skills. So please take this assignment very serious. I'm hoping, Godwin, you're going to share a link, right, for them to submit
Yeah, I
the
will. I will share a link.
assignments.
Just
Okay,
leave the class as well. I'll share a
okay.
link.
Amazing. So please also engage in the WhatsApp platform. The facilitator is there. So if you have any questions, you can drop your question in the WhatsApp platform. We also have community managers. We have Juliet, we have Michael, and the community managers that will respond to your questions as quickly as possible. Also, please do follow us on all social media platforms, Adara Foundation. That would be really helpful to us. And also, I'll be administering a survey in the WhatsApp platform just to get your feedback on the training session, on the facilitators training, generally just to know where you think we need to improve on, or your thoughts so far on the training. So on that note, I'll be closing the webinar for tonight. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next weekend, same time, ready to learn. And that will be all from us. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Godwin. Bye, everyone.